Hello and welcome to the Wicked Awesome Cast, episode 148. I am, of course, Alec. Alec, wow. Wow. I think we've hit a new low. I mispronounced
Update the official SWS canonical lore. Alec is the other
Alex.
cast member. Alex is no more. We have hired a new person named Alec at half the pay because of his douche-ass name. Apologies to all the real Alex out there.
Hey. Alec is my Russian name. You need to calm down.
It's fair.
I roll down there.
I apologize to all the Alex. At least you're not calling yourself Xander.
That's true. Yes, I am Alex, aka Alec, aka Mave Online, and I'm joined here today with a very special guest. He's a longtime member of the Wicked Awesome Cast. You may know him. He's a pretty swell guy. He is Boston's heartthrob, Charlie, aka Mordak.
Well, you were introducing Jeff there for a second. I'm like, where's he going with this? Jeff isn't here.
No. I'm introducing you.
Fair enough.
Jeff is still in the Shadow Realm.
You know, I'm in a pretty good mood today. I'm not back east. I'm in LA. Like, it's the air conditioning's on in my house. I'll let you have that one. Fuck it. Like, I'm in a weirdly okay mood this week.
Yes! This is going to be a good podcast. After the fact that I butchered my own fucking...
Maybe that's why I'm in a good mood. Like,
I've already failed in this first sentence.
You already tripped over yourself super hard right at the start of the podcast, yeah. It's like, well, fuck it, we're good. I don't need to make him look like an asshole.
The only way I can go from here is up.
That's what you think. And you'd be wrong.
But yes, this is the Wicked Awesome Cast, and yeah, we're here to talk video games. Sometimes we talk about food. Sometimes we talk about other various things, and it's pretty good. But yeah, mainly video games. At least that's what we've been accused of being, a video game podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got some cool stories to go over today.
Yeah,
some nice things.
Should I go first this week? I think I got more stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I don't have a lot this week.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, as we alluded to at the end of last week's podcast, I've been playing Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro, that new Souls game that's not a Souls game, but we'll talk about that after we talk about my week, because I was traveling this week.
Oh, really?
I went back east for work for something, and I will find a way to put this out there for y'all. I may have actually put it in as maybe the thumbnail even this week. It's such a funny image, or I may find something of it. So I flew on an airline called Cape Air, and Alex, that image I sent you on your phone, I need you to look at it right now.
All right, let me go ahead and pull up the old device here. Loading. I'm pulling up the Messenger version of my phone. Come on, it's laggy now. This is not supposed to happen this way.
Just texted it to you. How the fuck is this, like, you had a good phone.
Oh, no, I do. It's just I was trying to load up Messenger on Android, and it took forever, but now I see it. Oh! Did you fly on a private jet?
No, I flew on Cape fucking Air, which, the best way of wrapping up Cape fucking Air, it's actually called Cape Air, not Cape fucking Air, it's just Cape Air, was that before we started flying, the pilot looked over his shoulder and it was like, yeah, so we're gonna take off now if that's okay. Everyone buckled in and stuff. Like, didn't even need there are 9 seats on this plane, really only 8 because one of the front seats for the passenger area is too close to the rear of one of the pilot chairs to be comfortably used by anyone but a child.
Wow.
Drink service on this plane was the pilot going, hey, does anyone want any water? And then handing you a bottle of water. Like, I got to watch a pilot eat corn nuts for a chunk of this flight by, like, dumping them into his mouth, getting some of them in his eye, going, that hurts a little bit, pawing at his face, and then be sitting there like, this is how I die. This is how I fucking die.
Wait, this is the pilot you said?
One of the two pilots. The pilot and co-pilot. I'm not sure which was the real one. Like, one of these guys is wearing Cape Air sunglasses, implying that he got these sunglasses either because he showed up to work too hungover to not fly without sunglasses, or he left his sunglasses at home and grabbed the free promotional ones they have just lying around. I'm just they're like, that's how I die.
Oh, jeez.
Connecting flights. Yeah. Also, not the smallest plane I've ever been on. But this was sprung on me. I flew on a normal flight from there to where I made the connection, and then I had to clear security, go back into security to get on this thing. We walked down to the tarmac. Oh, it's a small plane. Probably got a ladder or something to climb up, but that's fine. And I agree with a fucking Cessna.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say, dude.
I was pretty annoyed. Like, the flight was fine, but also, like, I'm looking out my window at, like, flush-mounted bolts on the plane that aren't as flush-mounted as I might like them to be for being on that plane. And I'm like, I'm inspecting hardware and rivets from my seat on a plane. This is uncomfortable. Welp. Like, never got above cloud cover, never lost sight of the ground. Like, whenever you go over a mountain, you get turbulence because the air pressure changes slightly. Like, I could see all of the instruments from my seat. And I'm like, I did not sign up for this today.
What the hell? Like,
Yep.
So, do they always fly these small planes?
So, Cape Air is they service a small portion of the Northeast. Like, it is you've heard of local airlines. This is the localist of airlines. And, like, in this case, I was flying Boston to Albany, New York. These planes don't not make sense, but, like, they're the kind of thing that maybe you want a warning about getting on before you get on one. Especially given that the last flight I had out of Boston was one of the worst flights of my life, and it was like, oh no. This is not what I want to see. I want a big plane. I want a big, heavy plane.
That's I've never, like, I always just assume when you got planes like that, they were like a charter flight thing, or like...
This is the kind of airplane you should probably take, like, how do I put this? Put in California reference. Like, if people weren't constantly traveling between Los Angeles and San Diego and San Francisco, this is the kind of plane you would get if, like, you only had to move, like, maybe 100 people back and forth a day via plane. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like, these are for the ultimate of local flights. Like, it's a 6-hour car drive. It was a 1-hour flight kind of situation, and I spent that entire flight looking, like, at the horizon, like, okay, where's our landing strip? I'll be able to see it soon.
That's so trippy.
It was definitely an experience. Like, but at the same time, I was in Alaska at one point in my life, and I got to fly on bush planes, which are like 3 or 4 person planes. Okay, to put in perspective, you can't get, like, pre-boarding passes for this thing because they have to weigh your baggage before you clear security so they can counterbalance it on the plane. That's how much it matters.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And there's no belly of the plane. It goes in pods that are attached to the wings.
Oh, good. Even better.
Yep.
Yeah, none of this sounds like a fun trip. Like,
oh, I know, and, like, not to kind of, like, further belabor this point, but, like, those private G6 jets you see and stuff like that are bigger than this plane is.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like, so, you know in those pictures people are always standing up in them?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what, almost 6 inches taller than you, Alex, or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like, you would have hit your head on the ceiling on this. Like, it's I kind of had to throw myself off the plane to get out the door. Like, I could have probably, like, uncomfortably stepped from the cabin to the ground in one kind of, like, uncomfortable long stride if I'd so wished.
So, if it's not like a charter jet, what is technically the type of plane you flew in?
It's a commercial airline. Like, I flew on a real airline. Like, this is a normal ass airline that services like 9 locations. To get into some real specific New England kind of geography, this is the plane you take when you're going from, like, Boston to Albany, Boston to Nantucket, or kind of one of the little coastal uppity areas, or, like, Boston to, like, any of the Maine, Vermont, or New Hampshire airports. Like, this was a real airline, in the same way that American Airlines is. It's just not one you take for longer than, like, an hour or two. tops. And only exist the service routes that are like, yeah, we make like 3 flights a day.
Wow.
Because just no one's going those routes, really. Like, it doesn't not make sense, but it's also like, yeah. Like, I don't have a good comparison to like what something you might be familiar with, where it's like, no, it's like a very specific group of people are making this flight because between getting to the airport and then like dealing with airport shit, you could have gotten there by car by now, possibly. Okay, actually, yeah. So, you remember LAX, how terrible it is to get to LAX? Like, let's assume you have like an hour drive to LAX at a minimum kind of thing, and then it takes like, if I told you you could drive to San Francisco in the same amount of time it takes to drive to LAX and get on a plane, which would you do?
Well, probably. Wait, it takes the same time to drive as it is to fly?
Like, if you lived in a world where like it took like an hour or 2 longer tops to get to San Francisco by car as it did to like drive to LAX and take a plane, which would you do?
I'd probably drive.
Exactly. That's kind of what this airline is for. Like this air. Like, when I saw the plane, my immediate reaction was, "Fuck! I wish my rental car was coming out of Boston. I would just drive. Like, fuck this shit. I don't want to get on that, but like, yeah, it's only a 6 hour drive from here. If I had driven to, if I had come from like where I grew up to Boston's Logan Airport, it would have taken me like 2/3 of the time it would have taken to drive to Albany from Boston, kind of thing. Like, it's the okay, yeah, it's a very specific plane. It's why it's so small. And like, on one hand, like, Cessnas are super legit planes. I just didn't expect to be surprised by one. It's like, haha, you're on this. And I'm like, no, I don't want to die.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked this is like a flight company. Like,
it's more common than you think. Like, I was looking at their brochure, and like, one of their sister companies does lots of work in Montana. And because of that, they're looking into high wing planes of kind of the same size for better flights in Montana. They're going to replace them all out. Like, that makes sense. But like, it's like, what planes do you think they fly around Montana? It's a big state. But like, no 747 is required there.
So you said they're only East Coast, right?
Like, there are other companies out there that have them. Cape Air is only East Coast.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. I almost want to try finding one like this at some point for the West Coast. I'm intrigued. Just to try it out. Because, like, it looks like it's something you just want to experience and be like, yeah, no, never again. But at least try it once.
Yeah.
This is so true. You blew my mind. I've always thought commercial airlines were only the big 747 with the really annoying TSA and all that. Do you still go through TSA?
Yeah, I had to go through completely normal gate security. Yes, it was normal flight for all purposes.
Okay. So you flew over there on a 747 and then took a Cape Air flight?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a normal connection up until, yo.
It would have been great if the pilot's a little surly when he met you, like, how's it going, guys? We're going to do great.
Kind of was. Like,
oh, he was? Oh, my God.
They were totally using the, the headphone system to talk to each other so we couldn't hear them in the back. And I'm like, I can see your lips moving from here, motherfucker. I know you're talking about us.
Oh, that's fucking great. You have the best adventures, man.
Yeah, and maybe I've been on enough of them at this point where it's like, I don't know. I'm glad someone enjoys them still, because occasionally, like, I definitely have moments where I'm like, oh, we're doing this again. Like I said, this was not the smallest plane I've ever been on, too, which was like the gut punch of like, oh shit, guess we're doing this.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, me and 6 other people got on this plane. They're like, I've never been on a plane this small, and I'm like, welcome to a small ass plane. Oh god, this company was founded the year I was born, even too. I guess they're also part of like American Airlines, kind of. I don't fucking know.
Okay. I could see them being a part of a bigger airline because I don't see how. Like, I mean, that's a very
Sure.
specific niche market they'd be doing.
Sure.
Yeah, that's.
I'm on their website now. They have something called the Wing Locker. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was I'd be able to buy a fucking plane off their website. Can't, sadly, but yeah.
Hmm.
Did play some video games though.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, we're not just a Charlie's Shitty Airplane Adventures podcast.
We could technically do an entire podcast on your adventures. You seem to live a very adventurous life.
We could do multiple episodes on that. Like it mostly involved me sitting down remembering like some of the shit I've gone through that's just faded to the back of my brain. Like that's the thing I run into is I've done enough shit in my life that like a lot of it's like, oh yeah, that wasn't that exemplary. Actually, no one does that. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing most people have not done in their life. Shit. I forgot. But so I am officially in the end game of Anthem because I make poor life choices. And I kind of like it. It could use more, but they introduced like this Elysian key thing recently, I think, where it guarantees you like loot from a. There are certain activities today that award you Elysian keys. I think you can get one a day or something, and use them to unlock chests at the end of the in-game equivalent of dungeons. And it's not just you that gets everything from the chest. Like, so it's if anyone unlocks the chest in your team, you all get the rewards from the chest. So it's kind of cool. Like, there was a time once where some dude went and opened all 5 chests, and I'm like, oh shit, generous guy. Like, he's been saving this shit up. That's cool. And like, it's skins and stuff like that. It is the stuff you might want from an endgame experience game where they have the armor, look, and kind of actual stat stuff separated. Where it's like, I've fallen into, here are the weapons I'm going to use probably for a bunch of the game. I'm getting Masterworks now, which it's weird because like every time I get over a big kind of in-game hurdle, like I'm doing like I have access to the hard difficulties of the game now. I have access to the Grandmaster difficulties. I'm getting kind of the upper echelon, the Masterwork stuff that's kind of comparison-wise is like Destiny Exotics. They do weirder stuff, not super weird, but like I have a Gatling gun now for my Colossus that its kind of exotic perk is 100% ammo increase, 100% damage increase.
Mm-hmm.
The thing just mulches shit. It's got like almost and because of other stuff I have on it, it's got almost a 1,000-round magazine, which is awesome. Like, you just spin that thing up and let it kill stuff for a couple seconds, and then there's nothing left. And it's a lot of fun. And Grandmaster is the first time in that game I've been like, nah, I can solo pretty effectively on hard. Grandmaster, I need teammates for. Like, it takes a while to get you to be character level 30, which kind of sucks, but I think it should unlock at the end of like the story progression. If you're doing group activities in that game at less than Grandmaster and you have an option to do them at Grandmaster, you are playing that game wrong.
Okay. Huh.
Like, it's weird. Every time I boost the difficulty on that game, I like it more because like weirder stuff starts happening. I dropped down to normal for like I don't remember why reasons, and just I was murdering shit. I'm like, this is too easy. Hard should be normal, and like maybe Grandmaster 1 should be hard, but also like if you just want to play the game and get through the story, normal and easy will let you do that. Absolutely. Like if I was playing on easy mode, I don't think I'd have ever died. Ever. Like that's how easy normal is. But enough about Anthem. That's your Anthem update of the month, probably, until something weird happens. Like I mentioned last week, I've been playing lots of Sekiro, Shadows Dies Twice. That game is hard. Like, that may be the hardest game From Software has made to date. And those are the guys that made Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that game is fucking brutal. In a good way, most of the time. It's It's weird. So this is the best combat has been, I think, in any From game. Like this is definitely kind of a Souls-esque game. It's got a bunch of the mechanics there. Like it's you have the in-game equivalent of bonfires or lanterns. Like there's some grinding, but like where it differs is it's also kind of a Tenchu game where it's got really brutal stealth mechanics to it. Like it's possible to stealth like via grappling hooking around and like stealth murdering people through the majority of levels. Like hell, in some instances you can take out half a boss's health essentially by like timing a stealth kill on them. Like it is possible to clear a room of like add enemies while in stealth still and then like position and get like a 50% damage on a boss before a boss fight even starts.
Yeah, I've been watching some videos on that, and like it's the stealth system's a little bit weird sometimes on there because you can sneak up to a group of mobs that are all close up together,
Yeah,
and just like assassinate them. At the
Yeah.
same time, if you do something dumb, they're all alerted and they come
yeah,
after you. Like,
and it's weird. Like the game is inconsistent. Where like the stealth feels pretty good, especially after you get the first kind of stealth upgrade. But like there's a throw shard of pottery system that I can't get to work. Like aiming it's almost like I don't know how to aim it, period. And it doesn't seem to lure enemies. You can throw it at enemies and they get alerted, but then they don't always move. And it's like the stealth mechanics are half baked. I love that they're there. Like it's like you feel coolest in that game where you like stealth your way through an area, kill everyone but the boss, like spend 5 minutes getting a perfect position, stealth kill the boss down to 50% health, and then just beast on the dude after that, which happens every once in a while. Like I suck at the game, so it's not like the parry system is not necessarily my friend, and it works really well when it works, and sometimes it's unbelievably annoying where it's like, I'm pretty sure I'm in tall grass, and still they saw me somehow. Which, yeah.
yeah, no, it's a weird system.
Yeah, it's a real cool game though. It feels like it, and maybe I'm kind of editorializing some. Like it feels like what's From Software has been working towards for a long time. It incorporates stuff I like from Dark Souls. It's not in Bloodborne, and vice versa. So like you have this prosthetic on that has your shinobi arts weapons in them, and they're essentially kind of the trick weapons from Bloodborne. Like it's you press a button and you have an axe all of a sudden. You do like a melee kill that smashes shields or does a shit ton of poise damage. So like you can stagger enemies and one hit kill them easier. Or it's like a flamethrower or like your ninja star launcher or something. And like you can swap them on the fly and it feels very dynamic. But like you only have one sword the entire game. You have your like ninja katana, whatever the right word is for it, kind of thing. And there are no other weapons. There's no other armor. There's no real cosmetics, as best I can tell. It's just you straight murdering fools and upgrading your health every once in a while. And I guess your damage every once in a while, too. But like it's different in that like there's not a lot of character upgrade except there's like new moves and arts you can buy, but it's not like Dark Souls or Bloodborne where you're equipping gear to really change the fundamentals of the game. It's very much like, fuck, you can beat most of the bosses in that game kind of the same way. And I'm not spoiling anything by telling you this. Like, if you dodge twice at them whenever almost any boss in the game swings at you, you will have an easier time. That's how you get around the majority of attacks in the game. I've spoiled nothing, though, because those bosses are still going to murder the shit out of you.
Yeah, I saw one in particular with a guardian monkey, or a guardian ape, rather, that I thought was fucking great, because I follow a YouTube channel, Donkey, and he played through it, and his playthrough was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, no, I'm at, like, I guess, like, so about halfway through the first level, you get access to the second level, kind of, I guess. Like, progression's weird in that game, I want to say. So, I'm at kind of both of the first possible bosses you can get to, and they're totally different, and I'm getting wrecked by both of them. And yes, this is the first game I've played in a long time where, like, it's the only answer to getting better at the game is get good. Like, there's no grinding you can do. There's no, like, concept of character leveling. It is pure get good. And most of the time, I like the game a lot. And, like, more so than any other Souls game prior to this one, I have to accept the fact that if I'm not in the right mental state to play this game, I just shouldn't play this game. Like, it's the, if I'm off, I cannot play that game that evening. Like, it's the, and I'll never get it back. It's the, like, once I get, like, wrecked a couple times in the same ways, it's like, nah, it's time to put the game down. Well, you're having fun. Yeah, but in, like, 3 more attempts, I'm going to be getting worse and worse, and the blood taint's going to get worse and stuff. Like, it's... The game is really goddamn hard. And I know, like, a couple game reviewers got crucified some for saying, like, the game is hard but not necessarily rewarding, and I kind of agree with them. But also, like, the highs of that game, holy shit, are they good?
Well, I mean, like, from what I've been watching, I like it a lot.
Yeah, but you also hate Bloodborne.
I don't hate Bloodborne.
You do not like Bloodborne as much as I do. You also don't like Dark Souls as much as I do. This game is harder than both those games.
I don't dislike those games. I hated Bloodborne because there was
fair.
sriracha vodka involved.
Fair. No, that's fair. This is fair.
I'm all for Bloodborne. I'm not for having to take a shot of disgusting vodka every time I die or get scared.
So this game kind of feels like that, but without actual alcohol being introduced into your system. So yeah, it's...
Well, for now, until you decide to come up with, like, sriracha sake for fucking Sakura.
That sounds terrible.
Or wasabi sake, I don't know.
That sounds not as bad.
Really? Sriracha is worse than...
I like wasabi more than I like the flavor of sriracha.
I fucking hate the taste of wasabi.
Oh, I like wasabi a lot.
Yeah, so, see, I'll like the game, but then if you're gonna make me drink, like, disgusting alcohol every time we fucking die or some sort of weird shit happens, then no, I won't like the game.
No, that's fair. It's more of our Dark Souls 3 quick look kind of thing where you got pretty pissed off at how cheap the game can feel, and I will say there's less kind of cheap moments in Sekiro, but the game will wreck you harder than any of the previous FromSoft games would. Like, this is... Mm-hmm. When this game kicks you in the nuts, it goes through your nuts, into your spine, forces the spine out the top of your head. Like, it kicks hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the... You are a bad kind of timing away from dying to anything in this game. Yes, it's not just the boss. Like, it's... Normal enemies will combo kill you if you're not careful constantly.
Mm.
It's a good game. Like, I think it is the most, like, and this is where it's kind of weird. Like, I think this is the most accessible, approachable, user-friendly, kind of general video game player acceptable version of this formula to date. Like, hell, there is a training area and a tutorial for this game. And, like, an actual tutorial, unlike every other fucking Dark Souls game. This game does not just immediately throw you to the wolves. Like, there is a person that you can practice all the new techniques and dodging and counters against, and it will not help you. But it's there. Like, it's good. Like, it's a really good game, I think. It may actually be too hard for me. I just can't quite get the timing down for stuff, and when I lose it, I just can't get it back when I'm playing it, and it's like, yep, time to go play something else. But it's a real cool game. It looks really cool. Like, it's neat that the game is like, yo, play this game in Japanese with subtitles. Just do it. It's a better game.
Yeah, no, I like this one.
Yeah.
I like Sekiro. It looks legit.
Yeah.
I also like that the grappling hook won't save you because enemies will fucking shoot a shit at you while you're mid-flight.
Yep. Oh, yeah, no. At the same time, those boss fights where it's like, yo, grapple onto that dude's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a hell of a game. I don't know if this is like the best or the worst kind of Soulsborne-esque game I've played of the other ones. I think I still like Bloodborne a little bit more just because Bloodborne's got stuff going on. But, like, man, if you were a fan of Tenchu and you're looking for a new Tenchu, like, this game is that game. It feels unbelievably Tenchu at certain points. Like, the stealth for it feels like... it's a hell of a stealth game. It's a hell of a Soulsborne game. It is a hell of a game. Period. I think it is just going to be way too hard for a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe myself included in that grouping.
I've heard some people have been, maybe I'm overhearing things or assuming, but like I've heard that like some people have like been returning the game because it's too fucking hard.
You heard shit about that too with like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, and I feel bad saying this, but like this game will occasionally feel cheap. Like it's with Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I think like it's the part of why Blood Drunk worked with it was like when you died, you kind of fucked up. You overexerted yourself, like a jump scare got you or something. Like, was that a humorous playing up for our dumb drinking game? Yeah, but like if you just played that game well up until certain boss fights, like it was the game is hard and challenging, but like not necessarily unfair. This game can occasionally feel unfair, and I'm not sure it's actually a criticism even. Like it's a game not for everyone. It was marketed as though it's like, hey, it's samurai. If you were going into this game expecting like Samurai, Bloodborne, or Dark Souls, you may not like this game. Like this is the fastest of these games ever. Like this is the most kind of action game of the kind of series so far. If you like, and we're talking about this because it's so fast. Like I thought Bloodborne was fast. This game is so much faster. It feels on the speed levels of like Devil May Cry and like Bayonetta and shit, which are unbelievably fast games.
Mm.
But it's got the same like lethal brutality of a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne game, where like if you fuck up, you will die to anything.
Well, that's typical Dark Souls formula, right there.
Yeah, no, but at the same time, like, unlike other games, like if you jump off a cliff by accident, the game will put you back on the ledge. Like it's weirdly forgiving. Like you'll lose health, but it's not insta death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you fall with not enough health, you will die. But like the game is weirdly like, yeah, shit happens. People fall. It happens. We understand.
So I'm curious, because I think I've always wanted to ask you about this. Do you think that the Dark Souls fad is kind of like the Battle Royale fad, if you will? Because like you have like the camps who are all about like the Dark Souls games in the set. Do you feel they're reaching the level of like fad popularity that would like a Battle Royale, if you will?
I would say no, because there's only really one person making. So the reason I keep calling this as part of the Bloodborne kind of Dark Souls series is From Software made Dark Souls, made Bloodborne, made Demon Souls, made Kingsfield. Like this is kind of what they do. Like this is kind of a style of game they have been doing for decades now. And to say like to answer that question would be like, oh, it'd be like saying, oh yeah, Kojima only makes like Metal Gear Solid style stealth action games. Is that the new Battle Royale thing? Like it's like, no, because he makes like the best of what he's going for kind of thing. Like it's the number of knockoffs or kind of imitations of From Software's kind of brutally difficult adventure games are few and far between. And most of them are bad. Like the Surge, which was the kind of like cyberpunk version of the game, had flaws. I liked it, but also like it didn't grip me in the same way. Like you are definitely playing kind of a From Software game when you play this. Like I would argue the Battle Royale one is worth, like, it's open real estate. Anyone who makes a shooter can make a Battle Royale. But like even the Zelda equivalent of this franchise, which was the Wind Waker one, it's super not the same, I guess. Like there's something just so iconic about exactly how these games play that like if it's not From Software, I'm very hesitant to even try them out, because I know From Software is fucking good at these games. Like saying that is kind of like, because Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter exist, are we still going through the fighting game phase? And maybe we were at one point, but Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are so fucking different. Like it's yeah, they're both just fighting games. Like, that's the comparison you're almost making.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's. I think that, like, From Souls brought back the idea of unbelievably difficult video games to the video game kind of dev space. They proved, like, no, people can be into this shit. But, like, it's one thing to make an unbelievably hard but unfair game. It's another to make a game that's, like, unbelievably hard but fair. And, like, you can turn the difficulty settings on Halo all the way up to, like, triple skull elite legendary status, blah 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 blah, and the game is fucking hard. Is it fair though? I don't know. Like, I play Halo on hard because I like the challenge, but, like, I don't think stuff above hard feels that fair at that point. I don't know. I'm a fucking casual for saying that. Like, this game has one fucking difficulty setting, and here's the game. Either you play it or you don't. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's also one of those ones where it's kind of if you go back to, like, Dark Souls 1 where people are like, oh, this game is so fucking hard, I want my money back. Like, in hindsight, like, was Dark Souls harder than all the other games out there at the time? Yeah. Was it as hard as, like, Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3 was? I don't know. I think, like, Dark Souls 2 is still undefendably the easiest of the franchise, but also was it hard, or were we all just kind of fucking terrible at what that game was making us do because we're used to games that were like, follow this nav indicator, don't get lost, go down this hallway, here's a map of the hallway with one door at the end. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this one is more linear than all the previous Souls games have been too. Like, there are levels, you go forward and you get massacred along the way kind of thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm probably belaboring this more than I want to. It's a From Software adventure game. It is brutal. It is great, but it is fucking brutal.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, more so than any of the previous ones, like, understand how hard this game is. Like, the streamers are having an okay time at it. Like, it's like, yeah, a lot of the streamers have played through the previous From Software games multiple times. Like, there's a point in every From Software game that I go, fuck it, I'm out. Sometimes it's the end, sometimes it's somewhere in the middle of the game kind of thing, sometimes it's early on. Varies from game to game. Like, I still have not finished Dark Souls 3, I don't think. I got real close to the end, but also kind of eventually was like, fuck it, I'm out. I want to do other stuff. Yeah.
Well, I may try it at some point.
You should. Anyone who's, quote, a hardcore gamer should try this game. Like, if you like action-adventure games, you should definitely check out this game. Like, there's something undeniably cool about this game, and the highs are real high. The issue is you have to get to those highs, and, like, in the most, like, get good mentality, like, some of you will not make it. This game will be too hard for a lot of people out there.
Mm.
Yeah, it's in the same way that I know I will never kind of master long combo chains in fighting games. I know deep down I will never finish this game. Like, I'm not at my tap out point yet, but, like, I am never going to finish this game. I know that already. I am, like, one real shitty boss fight away from just going, like, fuck it, I'm out. And I know that about myself. There are other games out there I'd rather be playing. Like, that game came out, I left town for a week, and I came back and I played Anthem in the Division. Like, it's the games I was playing while I was on the road are the games I wanted to play when I came back. It's like, oh, you should play more Sekiro. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. I'll get back to it, but, like, not this weekend. I'm in too good a mood. Like, I don't want to do that to myself just yet. Maybe, like, Tuesday. Yeah.
Division 2 is fun.
Yeah.
I would say play more of that and less Anthem.
Well, I would go the opposite direction, actually.
Well, yeah, you like the jetpacks and the fun.
The more I play of Anthem lately, the more I'm like, I don't think I like the Division as much as I thought I did. I'm finding that game real boring all of a sudden.
There's some really interesting shit I've been reading about Anthem, and I'll have to show it to you at some point because it's too much to go over. In
about Anthem or the Division?
About the Anthem.
Huh.
this weird thing on like how like the loot stuff is set up and whatnot.
Oh yeah, no,
it's this crazy theory.
The game is kind of fundamentally broken, like that AI. You're talking about the AI thing?
Yeah, the AI loot thing.
Yeah, I believe it. It purely comes down to, I think I've played enough of the missions in the Division where they're starting to blur together, and like there are ones that stand out. Like the Natural History Museum mission stands out as the best fucking mission of that game so far. But that was like 10 hours of gameplay ago, and I haven't done anything I thought was that cool since.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I still enjoy the game. I will probably put more time to. I will finish the Division 2. I know that for a fact. Like I will finish that game. That game will not beat me the same way Sekiro will ultimately.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll play the end game the way I'm playing Anthem's end game. Like I said multiple times, I'm not saying Anthem's a good game. I just enjoy it more. I like the kind of second-to-second gameplay more than Divisions. Which is weird because the game has a myriad of technical issues, but at the same time, I'm only hitting a bunch of technical issues in the last, 3 days? Like, I have had more technical issues in the last, 3 days than I've had in all of my time prior to this point with Anthem, which sucks. But again, maybe my luck finally ran out, but I had this problem happen. Not saying you didn't have that happen to me, though. On numerous occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, man?
Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot this week. It's
just divisioning about.
Actually, no. WoW. I've been doing a little bit of WoW in game more and more. I mean, I do raiding.
Yes.
2 days a week, and so I'm actually in for the boss fights because I'm not playing an enhancement shaman this tier, which is nice. But yeah, we got Stormwall down, which is the second to last boss of the current raid tier. So we're working on the last mythic boss, which is Jaina. So I'm looking forward to that.
Jaina Proudmoore?
Yes, she's the last boss in the current raid.
How is she a raid boss?
She's a raid boss.
Are you raiding the fish people village? And by fish people, I mean the portly sailor folk?
No, so the raid technically takes place in our capital. You go into an instance, and it's basically the Alliance have invaded the troll capital that we're at.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, it's a replica of the actual raid we're in. So, or the actual town that we're in. But so you're not actually in the town when the raid's happening, but you're in an instance version of it. So, but yeah, it's actually, this raid tier has been a lot better than the previous raid tier, I have to say. There are still some bosses that hurt my soul to do, like Mechatork, the gnome king, if you will.
Why does that hurt your soul to gnome? Kill it with fire.
No, that boss fight is because he's in a giant fucking mech suit. Because he's a gnome.
Yeah. Which is why you kill it with fire. It's a gnome.
Yeah. No, it's a pretty fun fight, though. Yeah, so I'm just working my way through that right now. So, trying to get done with the WoW raid tier. I actually streamed Friday night. I hadn't in a long time, and I streamed finally, and I remember how much I kind of miss it. It was pretty cool. So, probably do it more often now. I want to try to set a schedule. And with my birthday coming up, I do want to definitely stream on my birthday. So,
yeah,
that'll be fun. Yeah, more Division 2 and more WoW. That's pretty much been the bulk of my game right now. I'm still working my way through the Division. I'm still having fun playing it.
What level are you at?
I think I'm at 19 now.
Okay, you might be higher than I am at this point.
Yeah, I've been working my way up pretty quickly. But I'm only doing the main storylines because the as it turns out, the side quests do scale with your level. So once you reach the minimum level, as you keep leveling up for those side quests, the level goes up to match your current level.
Sure.
That's what I realized on that. So I'm saving all the side quests for later.
Why? If they match your level, they always match your level.
No, because later at higher levels, the experience gets less and less. So you save the side quests when you get higher up. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I just kind of play the stuff.
Yeah.
There are
the main
so
quest
many
right
side
now,
quests.
Yeah.
And that's not true. There are side quests that are too high level when you get them.
Yeah, they're too high level when you get them, but when you get to that level, then they just keep fluctuating, go higher up. Like if you get a quest that's level 15, you're only 12. It's gonna stay 15, but once you go 16, it'll be 16.
Are you dark zoning a bunch?
No, haven't dark zoned at all, actually. So
I'll
probably do that once I hit a higher level.
You're better off at lower level, actually.
Really?
It's easier.
The scaling?
Yeah.
I've been watching some crazy builds that people have been running for that now, and so that looks pretty fucking sick. Like
I want casuals dark zone, as terrible as that sounds, where it's like, if it looks like you know what you're doing, you don't get to go in here.
Yeah. Well, they do have queued up PvP though.
Yeah, that's different. That's still not how people play Dark Zone though. Like
Dark Zone is world PvP. You can't dictate the rules on a world PvP setup.
No, but at the same time though too, I want Dark Zone to be I don't think you should be allowed to have instances of people that are in groups and not in groups in the same Dark Zone.
Okay, that I will agree with.
Like if I enter a Dark Zone where I'm solo, everyone else in there should be solo.
Yeah. That's fair. I think that's a fair trade-off.
Yeah, because that's where I get pissed off with Dark Zone, where it's like if it's one person kills me, I'm fine. It's when like a group of two is just roving, where it's like I don't stand a chance of how this game is structured. Like maybe I could pull this off, but like it's just get good. I'm like, no, this game is not a skill-based game. It is a numbers-based game, and I can't put as many bullets in the air as someone that's playing with a partner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like, it's been pretty cool. I haven't really done too much out. I went to go see Us.
How was that?
I really liked it. It's you know what it is? Like, if you go in there expecting a jumpy horror movie, you're not going to get that.
So I actually might like that then, because I hate jumpy horror movies.
It has a few elements of jumpy, but it's not dependent on it. Like there is some sick fucking acting in that. Like that movie, what's her name? I can't remember her name, but she's the main actress on there. She's so good in that movie. She is ridiculously good. And like the whole cast is pretty solid. Elizabeth Moss's character is really fucking trippy too. I like her. But yeah, that whole movie overall was great. And it takes a really weird twist. Like, okay, so if I had to compare it, if you go into it thinking it's going to be a jumpy horror movie, it's not that. It's very much a more psychological suspense-based kind of horror movie. Mm. But it also has a Twilight Zone feel.
So I've got the impression it's very much kind of like, I think Jordan thought to get out there and be like, yeah, it actually is a horror movie. It's not something else. It looks cool.
Well, I mean, it has elements of a horror movie, but I don't.
Sure.
I mean,
so does Twilight Zone, though.
Yeah. So like, it very much gives that feel of Twilight Zone. I will say. Like, but it's really good. So I mean, I would recommend it. I would definitely say go and check it out. Go watch it. I don't know if I'd watch it again, just because like since like it's one of those movies that like if you know, like have you ever seen Lucky Number 11?
Yeah.
Okay. So like once you know the ending, it does change a few things for you.
Sure.
I feel like, and so since you know how the movie goes in a way, like okay. I mean, I would watch it again like at home with friends, but I don't know if I'd go watch it at the theater again. Maybe if that's a weird way to put it.
No, I totally get that. It's a movie that once you get the twist or the kind of once the ride is over, it's like there's no reason to take the ride again.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah,
which is not a bad thing. It just means it's well written for the first time experience, for sure. It's not like I'm watching Wet Hot American Summer and you're watching the same goofy movie every time. Which is another movie I recently watched this past weekend.
Have you watched the Netflix TV show they made off of it?
No, I didn't know there was a Netflix
There's
TV show.
2 seasons of it where it's like the same actors, but like 40 years later playing the exact same character.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's okay. It's better than it should be.
Yeah. But it's the movie itself though was definitely good. I super recommend it.
Cool.
I think you and Jen would really enjoy it.
I will probably watch it when it comes out on DVD, the same way I watched Get Out on DVD.
Yeah.
No
Get
one
Out
in a
was
movie
great,
theater
too.
wants to hear me scream like a girl. Sorry, not girl, a high-pitched kind of sound.
Yeah. Well, like I said though, it's not like it's gonna be a jump scare. Oh, this is gonna, you just know it's coming. Jump scare. No,
I hate
it's
jump scare movies. There's no interest. It's like, I don't like being scared. Like, no, they're not scary. They're like, haha, we got you. And I'm like, yeah, because what you did was surprising. That's horror. No, it's not horror. I've been in places that are horror-esque. Like, there's no psychological aspect of this except I don't want a thing to jump out at me and be like, haha, we got you again.
Yeah, no, this does not have that. This is definitely more in the long lines of like you almost like it actually does a really good job because you expect like, oh shit, there's gonna be a jump scare, but it's not. Like,
Sure.
It teases you in that sense, but it's not. But it's also just like super unexpected stuff. Like it's really good. So I would definitely recommend this.
Did you see Get Out as well?
Yes, I did.
How did the two compare?
So okay, Get Out is very much like that's pretty trippy. That's kind of like out there as far as that goes. But it's like, it's kind of presented in a weird soft way where it's almost like psychotically cute.
Sure.
This one is very rough and rigid. It's like almost creepy to watch. Like you almost feel like you cringe up a little bit and you're like kind of freaked out. Like it definitely bothers you. It's
uncomfortable to watch.
Yes, it's uncomfortable to watch. And I think that part of that goes with like how good some of the acting is in this movie.
I've heard nothing but good things. I was more asking for like it's like Get Out won an Oscar kind of thing for its screenplay ultimately. Like, is it as good?
I don't know if it's as good. Like,
okay.
So the story is a little bit like we'll talk about the story at some point.
It's different
because I don't want to give.
It's not a direct comparison. Is what you're getting at. Like it's the
the stories are very different. Like Get Out is very beautifully written, and the acting doesn't necessarily carry the writing on that movie.
Sure.
In this one here, the acting is so good.
Sure.
That like I think it like there are a few things in the story that are a little bit meh, but the acting definitely carries it well. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know, do they even nominate horror movies for like Oscars or
typically no, but Get Out got nominated for a bunch because it was so good. Like you're expecting kind of a repeat system of this for this almost.
Maybe, but not so much because of the movie itself. Because
the acting,
some of the acting on there is really fucking good. Like, and I was reading an analysis on it actually. There's one that really stood out to me, and it's the main character. She has this really good ability to act with her eyes as well. Like, she really like there's like eye twitches and movements and certain things she really captures that most actors don't do. Like, most people are doing their role, they're doing their lines, sure, but like there's a certain amount of like eye acting, if you will. There's another actor who does this really well, and it's Jake Gyllenhaal, who like has this really good way of leading you around and acting with his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And she has that. She has that same very strong visual acting.
They act with their whole body, not just parts of it.
Yes. And so, like, yeah. Winston Duke is also good. He plays the dad in that. The kids are good too. Like, they're not over the top or it's not cheesy in any way. Like, it like everything in that film complements itself really well.
Sure.
And Jordan Peele has a really good way of framing certain things when it comes to film. Like, to think the same dude who came up with the slap ass skit on Jordan and Peele or Key and Peele is the same dude who made these movies is just also trippy.
Yeah.
So, but I think part of the big hype with Get Out too was like you had Jordan Peele, and it's that like freshness effect of like a comedian is making horror films.
Yeah.
What? So now people are going to be a little bit more critical about this one because they're like, well, he's good at this. Like, this is what he does based off.
Yeah, I've heard some comparisons to like we are possibly witnessing the birth of the next Hitchcock kind of thing, where it's the like,
yes,
in 20 years we'll be talking about the horror movies of it's Jordan Peele, right? I'm not getting the names wrong.
Yeah, Jordan Peele's.
Yeah, like it's the like he will be of that kind of caliber of like, no, this guy is fucking good at horror movies, and like there's a style and feel to his horror movies. Like it won't be just like, okay, which was better, Us versus Get Out. It's which of the myriad collection of this guy's work do you prefer the most? Because they're all exemplary, but certain ones are standout to certain people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I 100% agree with you on that. He's very much leading up himself to be like the next Hitchcock-esque character. Because Hitchcock didn't do jump scares. He did suspense.
Yeah, and that's why I like Hitchcock. That's the thing I always go to where it's like, it's not horror movies. Like, no, I like Hitchcock movies because like they're creepy and uncomfortable. And like, yeah, they have jump scares, but like, that's not the point of the movies. The movies like are psychological.
Mm-hmm.
They're not relying on cheap kind of horror thrills where it's like, haha, we attacked you from the screen. Haha.
Yeah. And I mean, there's definitely aspects of this movie where there's like blood and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
not like
it's still a horror movie.
Yes. But it's so like, yeah. You have to, like you said, we'll have to talk about it after you watch it.
Yeah.
If you choose to watch it in theaters, I would suggest you do, honestly. Like, give yourself the chance to go watch it in theaters, but if you want to wait till the DVD comes out, that's fine. But definitely a good film. I definitely enjoyed it. It definitely leaves you scratching your head, a little bit trippy out there, but again, like I said, he's definitely
the best horror movies do with some frequency.
Yeah. And it's just, like I said, it's interesting to have this transition of, like, Jordan Peele going into horror, even though he has his comedy background. It reminds me of, like, Peter Jackson, in a way.
Yeah.
Where, like, Peter Jackson's known for making these crazy blockbuster movies like King Kong and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And you go back in his early work, and he made a really campy, over-the-top, bloody zombie movie.
Yeah.
You know about this one, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, Dead Alive?
Yep.
Or Brain Dead? Yeah. This is the same guy who directed fucking Lord of the Rings.
Oh, and like to make it even weirder, he's also the guy that went back and like is going through and recoloring a bunch of World War I and World War II footage.
Yeah.
Like color restoring it because fuck it, I got tons of money. Do it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good movie. So had fun watching that. And that was pretty much my week. I didn't really do anything else that was fun, fancy.
Yeah.
So, good times. Yeah. Should we jump into the video game news?
Yeah, let's do video game news.
All right.
So the big news this week we're gonna start off with because I want to talk about it first. Borderlands 3 is officially real.
Okay. First of all, the soundtrack for that fucking trailer was phenomenal.
Oh, I was kind of underwhelmed by it. Which
Really?
one? Because there's two trailers.
The one with the song, there's an artist by the name of Grizz. It's the one they did the official announced trailer.
Which one? Because there's two of them. The like black and white one?
No, this is like a full colored one that shows you all the cast.
So I was kind of remember, this is the game that had the previous one was more like it looks like they're returning to kind of the Borderlands 1 level of weirdness, which I appreciate because, man, Borderlands 2 was memeified, but this is also the franchise that, like, in their trailer was like, we got more Wub Wub than anyone else. And I will forever associate Borderlands with Wub Wub now, courtesy of that. Fair or not fair, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
it was fine, I just wasn't blown away by it, I guess.
Oh, really?
It's a good trailer. It shows off it, and maybe this is where we differ. Like, I played so goddamn much of Borderlands 2 that, like, I see a Borderlands 2 trailer, I'm like, yup, that looks like more Borderlands. When does it come out? I don't care what's in this trailer, really. You've confirmed the thing I want is coming out. Give me a release date. Isn't this trailer great? Yeah, it's got that gun that runs in it. That was cute, I guess. But all this stuff, don't fucking care. When does it come out? I don't want to know anything about this game because, unlike a lot of y'all, I played the pre-sequel. And I am not sure if I like Borderlands after that. And yes, that wasn't Gearbox, that was like 2K Australia, but the fact that the best Borderlands game in recent memory is a fucking Telltale game, and you have a character from that Telltale game in your trailer is a big fucking deal to me.
Yeah, no, I like the trailer a lot.
Yeah, it's the fact that we appear to have like a melee version of a like a butched out melee version of the Siren is, I think, a cool twist. Like, the tall robot dude in the trench coat. I'm looking at it going like, that's the character I'm probably going to play. It's a tall robot dude in a trench coat. I'm probably going to play that.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, why?
Like, I just know the giant robot guy, like, it just reminds me of, like, I feel, well, I mean, they've already been developing, but it's an interesting coincidence that there's a giant robot in this game that you can play as, and there's a giant robot in Apex Legends. But that's just me making weird connections in my head on this one.
The robot in Apex Legends isn't wearing, like, a silent Bob style coat.
That's true. He does look like a crazy killer robot version of Silent Bob.
Yeah, and that's what I dig about him. I guess he's like a hunter or something. He's got pets. Like, I don't think he's the guy that summons the Titan, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, yeah, I want to play that Titan class too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like the soldier this time summons a fucking Titan that you can get on the back of and have a turret gun. It's like I said, I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't care that it was announced. It's just like, if you just said like, hey, tomorrow Borderlands 3, I would be just as I'd be more excited than the trailer for this made me. Like, there's no going to the trailer that makes me happy unless you're like, yo, Claptrap's not in the game. And I'd be like, fuck yeah! We fucking kill Claptrap the first 10 seconds of the game. Cool!
Why do you hate Claptrap?
I think Claptrap was overused. Claptrap in Borderlands 1, fun, annoying sidekick character. And then they gave him his own DLC of the Robot Revolution, which was a funny thing, but like gave you a little bit too much Claptrap. Claptrap in Borderlands 2 has a little more personality, like, but it's also like he is the epicenter of some of that game's fucking meme ass bullshit that I hated. Like him and Tiny Tina, if you said like they're not in Borderlands 3, I'd be like, they made this game infinitely better potentially.
What do you have against Tiny Tina?
I hate that character. I like Ashley Burke from like, Hey Ash, what you playing? Tiny Tina, I fucking hate. There are chunks of that game I don't want to play again because of how much Tiny Tina is in them. I'm
surprised you don't hate Mad Moxie, because she's way more recognition than Tiny Tina does.
I don't.
She doesn't really do anything.
Except, like, just spout nonsense whenever she talks.
Yeah.
I found the voice aggravating for Tina. I found, like, the lines they gave her, like, Crumpets be crunk is one of her big quoted phrases. And I hate that.
Crumpets be crunk.
Did you not play Borderlands 2? There's a shit ton of Tiny Tina in there. Like, it's
I don't think I got that far.
Okay. Yeah, like, she is in there to an obnoxious degree. Like, Moxie is a fleshed out, kind of acceptable character. Like, fuck. The best DLC for Borderlands 2 has problems in my book because of it relies on Tiny Tina some. Like, in some ways, it justifies Tiny Tina being there some it's got a good arc. It fixes Tiny Tina some, but like the stuff I hate in the best DLC for that franchise is because Tiny Tina's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is no Mr. Torg. Like, both characters were so obnoxiously id-ass characters, but like Mr. Torg is endearing and Tiny Tina is just like a 5-year-old given 8 pounds of sugar to eat with a spoon and let loose in a grocery store. Just spouting subscribe to PewDiePie every 10 seconds. Like, that is what that character is in my book. It's like fucking 4chan the character.
4chan the character?
But she's back
So go ahead.
She's back in Borderlands 3, though. She's in the trailer.
Yep, from what I saw.
Yep, she's there. So did you watch the reveal stream for it with the incredibly cringy magic?
No, I did not actually.
It's kind of worth checking out. It's quite bad.
Is it like Sony E3 a couple years ago?
Oh no, so Randy Pitchford, the guy who owns Gearbox, is a hardcore magic enthusiast.
Oh.
And like the lead up to the trailer reveal is him fucking doing like a card trick on stage, and you want him to die.
Mm.
Like, just fucking play the trailer already. Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, though, I'm glad you're excited about Borderlands 3. I was wondering what your opinion was going to be going into this.
It's Borderlands. Like, it's the I looked at the pre-sequel and was like, that game is bad, and I still fucking played it.
Mm.
It's like the villains look okay for this. The two people like walking around in trench coats with all the studs on them, they look to be kind of cool. They showed all of the characters I love and hate that I want in the franchise. Where it's like, yeah, they're all back, cool. It appears to be incorporating Tales from the Borderlands story arc into it too, which I think is a really smart move on their part, because I think Tales from the Borderland 2, or Tales from the Borderland, is one of the best, if not the best, Borderlands games to date, because it fucking fixes all of that franchise's bullshit story stuff. I don't know. I'm really excited for this game because it's Borderlands. Like, it's an official numbered sequel. It's Borderlands. I'm happy.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. How did you not get to the Tiny Tina stuff in Borderlands 2?
I didn't play that far ahead.
Did you play more than an hour?
Yeah, but I don't... Okay, no, I did see her, but it was brief. It wasn't that much stuff.
Okay.
She's in pretty early in the end game, or pretty early in the game, too. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to picture back. Yeah, I did get far enough where I did see her for a few times.
She's in this place you meet Mordecai. Yeah. It's not like
yeah.
She's really early on in that game.
Yeah. No, because I was so used to recreating characters super early on that I just randomly remember the opening part more than anything else.
Sure.
Saving Claptrap from some sort of ice prison bullshit thing in the very beginning.
Yeah. I appreciate them not having Claptrap dab in this trailer.
He was breakdancing, though.
That's better than Claptrap dabbing.
Don't worry. When I'm back visiting in LA, I'll dab for you.
I don't need you to dab for me.
I'll wear a Claptrap mask and I'll dab for you.
There was a point in time where I liked Claptrap and his like screechy antics. As I've gotten older, I am less and less interested in Claptrap, where it's like, nah, I kind of regret having these two Claptrap statues. Why? Claptrap sucks.
Don't worry. I will become the Dab Trap. The Dab
So
Trap.
here's the thing. That's a thing Claptrap would say.
Dab Trap.
Yeah. That's a thing Claptrap would say. That's the problem. Like, it's the... Claptrap is all of your badass... Not badass as in good, badass as in, like, bad physical ass left on the side of the road to go fetrid and putrid, the character.
Hmm.
And I know I have to clarify, because you would find a way to twist my words against me.
Dab Trap.
Yeah, no, that is the writing of Borderlands 2. Like, someone would be like, yo, fucking say the word Dab Trap, and then giant letters on a board, Dab Trap!
And then fireworks go off.
Yeah.
And you just see Claptrap dabbing left and right. Oh, this is good. Borderlands 3, get on it.
That's what fucking Dab Trap is. Like, that is what as much as I love Borderlands 2, I think it's the game I still have played the most of to date in some ways. Like, for how long I played, like, the percentage is stupid high. Like, a bunch of that game is someone wrote the words, like, fucking Dab Trap, or, like, psycho foul-mouthed 5-year-old on a whiteboard, and they were like, oh, shit, and then burned the building down. Like, we're not doing better than that. What if we make Claptrap dab all the time?
Or, like, a circuit breaks in him, and he can only dab.
Yeah, like,
he talks to you.
That is the bullshit that I hated in Borderlands 2 in hindsight, where I'm like, nah, this meme-ass bullshit that was very of the time does not age well, because memes don't necessarily age well.
You know what? No, this is going to work. Gearbox, if you're listening, we're ready to work on the DLC.
Oh no, Dab Trap is like... I wish I wasn't convinced of this, but like, I am almost confident enough to like bet money that Dab Trap, maybe not in name, but Claptrap dabs somewhere in Borderlands 3.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
I'm almost 100% sure that happens, and like, I don't think Gearbox's writing staff is above having Claptrap go, like, from now on I'm known as Dab Trap.
Yeah, I like it. We're ready to write the new DLC.
No,
the Dab Trap DLC. Yes, we are.
Dab
ready.
Trap's Robot Revolution.
Yeah, Dab Trap's Robot Revolution.
I hate the fact that you don't know that Claptrap's Robot Revolution was an actual DLC for the first one.
Dab Trap's Dance Dance Revolution.
I would play that. Fuck it, why not? Just violent arm gestures. Fighting style, you like beat people in the face with your dabbing maneuvers.
I like where this is going.
I don't.
You gotta stand up. This is great. This can only get better.
I hate that I have to figure out how you spell Dabtrap if you capitalize and put a space between the dab and the trap part, or not for our title this week. That's totally going to be the title. Fucking Dabtrap. Our producer just yelled at me to stop saying Dabtrap. Alright, so yes, Borderlands 3 is officially revealed. There's a real weird schism going on right now with that thing. Have you caught the YouTuber bullshit controversy of them, like, getting mad at companies like IGN for, like, having, like, weird things like, yo, there should be character customization in this one?
In which one now?
In Borderlands 3. So, I stumbled across a meaty vein of, like, a bunch of YouTubers being like, Polygon, like, clickbait here, like, Polygon thinks Borderlands looks bad. And I'm like, I read Polygon's article, and I don't agree with it, but they raised some good points where it's like, yeah, this trailer doesn't really show much. And what it does is just more Borderlands, which if you're into that, that's cool. But at the same time, if I could do more character customization in this one, I'd be interested in that. Then you got some guy who's making a 10-minute video about how it's like, have you not played the previous Borderland games? Like, with no character customization? I'm like, there was some, but like, you're right, there was lore around them. It's like, the point of the game is the character lore. I'm like, you can still do that with more character customization.
Yeah. That doesn't necessarily remove anything from it.
Yeah, like the previous ones were colors and hats, basically. I wouldn't object to a little more character customization.
Yeah, Tad, I'd be okay with it.
Emotes. I want emotes so I can fucking dab as hard as I can. No, I don't.
Oh my god. Yes, you do. And you know what they have to do is if you get the Dabtrap emote, you dab and then Claptrap dabs in front of you back. Like it's an interactive emote.
Ugh. It's someone's a hologram or something.
Oh, yes! And their fireworks going off in the back.
We'll have
and
the Alex pack of all the annoying ones. The Charlie ones be shaking my head at everything.
Yeah. I agree. 100%.
Yeah, it's Borderlands. I think Jen's legit mad at me for saying a certain word too many times. What next? That really is the biggest news this week. It's a week of slow news. Gwent is finally coming to phones. I thought Gwent was already on phones, but apparently it's not.
I thought Gwent was dead. So
Gwent is still very much alive.
Huh.
I like Gwent.
Do you? Okay. I remember you talked about it a long time ago.
I like Gwent more than I like Witcher 3.
I think I've heard you say that before.
I like Witcher 3. I think that the internet takes that thing a little too sacredly. Like I think the combat in Witcher 3 is pretty fucking bad, and people don't like you saying that. So as a result, I've taken the hard stance of I like Gwent more than I like Witcher 3. Because I like the gameplay of Gwent a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, they're doing what I want, which is Gwent on a phone so I can play it more.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to play, I guess.
Yeah, not much more on that. It's Gwent on a phone as an app. We should have covered this when we were talking about Borderlands 3. Borderlands 1 is getting a modern console and PC rework Game of the Year HD collection thing and Ultra, whatever you want to call it. The PC version of that game still looks fucking great, so I don't know why you would release this on PC unless you're like releasing as free DLC for the existing PC owners, but thing, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah. It's the definitive edition of Borderlands 1. I kind of think it should be the definitive edition of Borderlands 1 and 2, but yeah. Comes out April 3rd.
Don't care for any remasters right now. When
yeah.
I can just literally load up the other one if I want to.
Yeah. At the same time, I'm definitely like, I don't own this version of Borderlands. Oh, no, sorry, I didn't get this in the article. If you already own Borderlands on PC, it will upgrade it automatically for this. So, Get that cheap Borderlands, I guess.
Oh, if you already have it, they're
Yeah.
upgrading it? Okay. This changes things.
Yeah. Changes things in a good way.
I like this change. Okay.
Yeah.
Respect.
If you own the Handsome Jack collection already, or the Handsome collection, if you will, this will come to that as well, which is cool. Yeah, this is better news than I thought. My bad. I should have read more thoroughly.
Respect.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Borderlands. Thank you, Base Gearbox.
Yep. What next? If you have Twitch Prime still, Nintendo is giving you a 1-year subscription to Nintendo Switch's online services.
That's actually kind of cool. I mean, it's $10 a year, right? Like,
It's like 12. I think something pointed out that I read that basically was like, yeah, so this is cool, but also like 1 month of Twitch Prime costs more or less most of what it costs to buy a year of Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Online. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, cool, I guess,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's interesting they'd offer that. Now, make it interesting if they offer a full year of PSN or some sort.
Yes, that I'd be more interested in. So yeah, like for reference, Amazon Prime costs $12.99 a month. This costs $19.99 a year for the online service. So yeah, I know it sounds cool on paper, but it's actually not that big a giveaway. Nothing bad by that necessarily, though. That's not me trying to downplay it. What next? Want to talk about Bethesda quickly?
Sure.
Bethesda has gotten out there and announced that Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield will not be at E3 2019. Prompting the question, what the fuck is going to be at Bethesda's show at E3 2019?
Bethesda, you said?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like
Doom?
more Fallout 76. We're
I
sorry.
really hope so.
Oh, I'd love to watch that crash and burn.
It's just a full Andrew WK concert this year.
Yeah, more of a we're sorry.
Do we have a release date for Rage 2 yet?
I think they do.
They could also reveal the next Wolfenstein game. They have a release date for that new Wolfenstein game came out this week. That's like a side story about BJ Blazkowicz's daughters. Like it's got co-op in it. That came out. It looks good. It's more Wolfenstein of that modern stuff, which I am digging. Like, I think you could definitely show off new this came out though too. I don't know. That could be a big show for that. But two things you want from Bethesda are not going to be there.
There's not going to be a lot at this E3. I've heard some companies have even pulled out this year.
Sony definitely has. We've talked about that.
Yeah. Like, who's going to be there?
Stadia?
Well, I mean, like, big companies, though. Like,
Are you implying anyone at E3 prior is bigger than Google with that sentence?
well, let's be face it. Google's not a game company. They are a fucking tech company.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying
That's like me saying, oh, well, you know, Samsung and all these other companies have pulled out of fucking CES this year. Oh, well, Sony's going to, like, well, sorry, not Sony. Xbox is going to be there. Well, what other fucking big company is bigger than so-and-so? It's the same concept. If we were comparing it like that, CES equivalent.
I think you're just mad I got you on that one. I don't know. It would make sense for Stadia to be there.
Stadia should be there, yeah. But Google's not a game company. Yeah.
I want other bullshit tech CEO, what you call it, like live stream where it's them being like, look, the numbers are bigger. Clap. Teraflop. Another jargon-ass words. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It could be a real boring and by proxy interesting E3 this year. I know it's confirmed that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be this year.
Oh yeah, that's going to be there.
Yeah.
That's probably going to carry E3 this year, to be honest. I haven't heard anything good.
Yeah, I don't know. There could be some other stuff. I think Sony could show off. Like, we still don't have a release date yet for Last of Us 2 or that, like, Ghosts of Tunisia game they showed off. I think I, for one, am super excited for the Devolver Digital E3 press conference this year.
Are they actually going to be at E3 this year and not, like, a parking lot nearby?
No, it's Devolver Digital.
Oh, of course. So a parking lot nearby.
Have you not watched their press conference the last 2 years?
No, wait.
The fake press conference that ended in the CEO's murder?
Yes, I remember that one.
They both have.
Okay, were they at actual E3 though, or were they in the parking lot?
It was shown as part of E3. They're always in the parking lot. They've never been actually at E3.
Okay, but the press conferences are shown. Okay.
Their press conference is a pre-recorded skit thing. Like they announced Metal Wolf Chaos last year, and the release date was when it's ready. Deal with it. Like, you may have also missed that they were like, yeah. So every project they tweeted out like every project we have right now is on delay because every dev is playing Sekiro right now. Sorry about that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. If I could hang out with the Devolver Digital Twitter, I would. That's a informed Twitter, if you will. I also really enjoy Devolver Digital. Like, they're bringing us Metal Wolf Chaos again. Like, a game that should not get a second release. Devolver Digital's like, nah, we're putting time and effort into this. HD Metal Wolf Chaos. Why? Because fuck you. That's why. Oh no, I'm at a point where I am most excited about fucking Devolver Digital's press conference this year because I don't know what everyone else has going on. And this year has given Devolver Digital so much stuff to make fun of. Especially because at the end of last year's Devolver Digital press conference, they RoboCopped their CEO. So I don't know where that's going to go. There's a continuous lore to the press conferences they respect with a great deal of weirdness. I'm hoping for a second year of the Devolver Digital coin, a totally valueless plastic disc that is randomly assigned a value at purchase.
Yeah. Wait, what? That's kind of... He's a survivor. Okay, yeah, of course he's a survivor, yes.
Huh?
No, never mind. I was reading out something else. I thought we would move on.
Oh, no, we're on to the next one, yes.
Yeah.
As Alex kind of accidentally alluded to, Evil Dead's Ash is coming to Dead by Daylight as a survivor, even being voiced by Bruce Campbell.
That is kind of nifty.
Yeah.
I will say.
It's Ash versus Evil Dead. It's got the mecha hand thing. I'm not sure enough.
Can he use his hand against the bad guys?
I don't know. Not a lot of details exist about this yet. It would be cool if this was an offensive survivor.
Yeah, because all these survivors are not offensive, from what I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, you can knock shit over as far as like create barriers.
But yeah, it's still running and hiding for the most part.
Yeah.
Like a truly semi-offensive character would be kind of cool.
Yeah, like if he's a distractor, like a tank in a fight, like
I don't
come
know.
out there and distract.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That much rumored Genesis mini console thing will be coming out September 19th. If you still care about that.
Yeah, I'm glad you added the line. If you still care about it, because I sure as shit don't.
Yeah, it kind of feels like this thing has missed its window of when we liked mini consoles. It's coming with 40 games, including Sonic the Hedgehog, Gunstar's Heroes, and Castlevania Bloodlines. It is a mini console that you can choose to buy or not.
If it doesn't have Kid Chameleon, get out of here.
It's got Echo the Dolphin.
I don't care about fuck Echo the Dolphin. Give me Kid Chameleon. That was a fucking good Genesis game.
That's fair.
There's also that weird fighting game with the animals in it. Now I have to look it up because I'm curious.
Primal Fury?
No. This was before Primal
Altered Beast?
No, not that either.
It was the big like Godzilla vs. T-Rex game, right?
No. It was something else. I have to look for it and see, but like there is one where like it was a weird fighting game, but it wasn't like because that was PlayStation with Primal Fury. They didn't have one for Genesis. I'm so intrigued now because they always have like. Actually, I think you're right. I think it is Altered Beast. No, is it? Oh well, I can't.
No, Altered Beast is a side scroller. I'm just throwing out names around the list.
Yeah, it looks like they do have Kid Chameleon, which is pretty nice. I'll give them that. That's a good one. Eternal Champions. That's what it was. It has a lion on there that fights. Yeah, that was a pretty fun fighting game. Do you remember Eternal Champions?
I have never seen this ever before in my entire life.
Oh, it's a pretty cheesy fighting game.
Is there like time travel in this game?
I don't even know.
So there was a arcade cabinet in a diner I grew up near that had this fighting game that had, it was time travel based. You had like fucking cavemen versus guys with laser swords versus like a knight versus like some alien thing, and all of them had a blade weapon of some kind, and like part of the game is you could slice off arms and legs and shit like that. And I just remember that the caveman, like, his ranged attack was he spat at you.
No, I don't remember that.
I thought you were talking about that for a second.
I think I was thinking of something. Yeah, no, Eternal Champions was
Yeah.
interesting game. Yeah, it looks like they actually do have Kid Chameleon on the list, so I'm a little bit interested now.
We got him, boys.
Yep, you got me with the nostalgia kick. Coming in. You play Kid Chameleon at all?
I don't think I did. My memories of what games I played in that era are bad.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they've taken this long, though. Like,
They
Nintendo's put out 2 of them.
they haven't technically. Remember, there was that shitty one that came out a couple years back that was like, yeah, this is bad, and there's this one. So this one seems better.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, we're gonna get a redo of all the minis at some point. I feel like.
Far be it for me to know how to do their business, but like, if you wanted to release like a Nintendo Classic Collection on the Switch, I'd probably buy that as opposed to a tiny little plastic console. Just saying.
What? On the Switch?
Like on that thing I already own, that I went on an 8-hour plane ride over the week, the 2 8-hour planes, and did not bring with me to the other coast because, fuck it, who cares about the Switch, in my opinion? I actively looked at it and thought about packing it, and I'm like, what am I going to play? Who cares? We didn't talk about this, actually. I didn't put it on the news. Like, it has been confirmed there are 2 new versions of the Switch coming, like a, quote, hardcore gamer one and a casual one that appears to have, like, built-in Joy-Cons onto it kind of thing. So we actually know about that. We'll actually talk about it.
Really? That's weird. A hardcore gamer Switch.
I want to know.
Does it have a cup holder for your fucking Mountain Dew?
I don't know. Maybe it comes in Mountain Dew Green, though.
Oh, I bet it would. A blend of Mountain Dew Green and nacho cheese fucking Dorito color.
Nacho cheese resistant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Yeah. Valve is busy teasing a new not VR, I was going to say VHS headset, a new VR headset.
Mm-hmm.
They have an image of it that looks kind of like a VR headset, and they're going to talk more about it in May. So stay tuned, I guess. It's a real fucking slow week. I had to find some stuff to fill out this time slot.
Oh, I don't blame you. It does absolutely look good. It's a slow week.
And last but not least, with kind of entertainingly humorous news that's sad and tragic all in its own weird way, Microsoft, the current owners of Minecraft, via update, have removed Notch's name from the game. Do you know why they've been doing that?
Because apparently Notch is fucking crazy.
Because Notch has gone fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's to be expected.
It's a very sensible news. I'm not sure everyone seems to like this, but it makes a certain measure of sense, especially with some of the stuff he's been retweeting lately.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're going to be crazy, then and you don't technically own the game anymore, yeah, I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
So.
He's still in the credits for the record. He's just not on the splash screen where he used to be more prominent.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, they have the ability to do that, so.
They own it now. They get to make those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I expected more from you on this, in all honesty. For some reason, I got the impression you cared more about Minecraft than I do.
Nope, don't care much about Minecraft at all.
No, that's completely fair.
And he is pretty nutty, so I don't care about him.
I get it. I get it. Yeah. Those are for news this week. It's a slow news week, as I mentioned. We have no emails this week, possibly because of the slow news again. But if you wanted to contact us, Alex, how would you go about doing that?
It's very simple. You would just go on ahead over to wickedawesomecast@gmail.com and fire your emails in that direction.
What's that email again, Alex?
That email again is wickedawesomecast@gmail.com.
If there was like a show notes, would it be there or something?
Down in the show notes, there with various other things you can check out, such as our social medias.
Yeah.
Where you can find us and stalk us on the internet.
Yep. Yeah. As I said, no emails this week, which means that's about it for this week. Got anything you want to talk about? We close it out this week, Alex? Got a short episode for a change.
I know, it's a little bit weird. It just feels a little... I feel like there's something we missed in the news, and I can't recall off the top of my head, but...
Don't know.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we did miss something, actually.
What?
EA laid off 350 people.
Oh, yeah, I thought that happened last week.
No, that was this week. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, we're not trying to downplay that's not important. I thought that just happened last week. They put in a list this week. Yeah, EA laid off 350 people. It's mostly kind of advertising and non-development staff, which doesn't make it better, but also it appears that this was kind of been in the works and expected for a little while.
Yeah, it's to be expected. You think a company like EA is going to give a shit about you? You're dead wrong.
Well, I also think that, like, as much as I'm enjoying Anthem right now, like, all indications kind of point to maybe EA is not in the best spot right now.
No, I mean, they royally fucked up with Anthem as far as the court of public opinion is concerned right now.
Still making a shit ton of money, but yes, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so. But, alas, we shall see. But yeah, sorry for those who ended up losing their jobs last week. I could have sworn there was something, and I was like, we know we missed something.
Yeah.
So I just remembered right now.
And for reference, though, before we get a bunch of emails asking, like, hey, how does this compare to the Activision one? So for those who, I didn't know this prior to actually reading about this, is why I feel bad I left this off. So 350% makes up about 4% of what EA's total kind of staff population is.
Mm-hmm.
The size laid off from Activision was about 1%, which, seeing as more people got laid off there and it's a smaller percentage, that's kind of an extra layer of scumminess.
Yeah.
And EA is not also boasting about record years this year.
No, I think they I don't know. EA is a mixed bag sometimes.
Sure.
They do get a lot of shit, though. But...
I don't think they've deserved to win worst company of the year as many times as they have. I think that's just video gamers have lots of time to vote in those polls.
I could have sworn it's always Comcast or anything.
No, they've beaten out some companies in years where, like, B of A was, like, taking people's houses. It's like, no, EA is still the worst. Why? Because fuck EA, that's why. And I'm like, you need to get outside your bubble. Not saying they're a good company, but, like, EA's not coming to your house and like, we own this shit now. You're letting those microtransactions. We own this shit. It's ours. Get out.
That would be terrifying DLC.
I think we have made jokes on this podcast about, like, my stance on this, because I know I've used that joke before, the idea of, like, EA showing up and be like, yeah, so, we own your house now.
Yeah. You should have read the terms of service.
Yeah. It's real cool you dropped out of top 20 in Battlefield 5, which means, we now get to repossess your car, sucker.
Right? You should have worked on your SR better.
Yeah.
Now you're dead.
Your KD is shit, boy. That's why we're taking your home.
Right? And the only way to get it back is to get your KD up there again.
Yeah. Places to live for 2.0s or better only.
Yeah.
Get good, scrub.
But yeah, that was the only other thing I can think of this week. I'm sure there's some more stuff, but I'll have to link you.
Yeah.
There's this really cool thing I wanted to link you this week, but it's not. Like I said, it's pretty thorough, so we can't talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, we talked about this briefly. So it's been alluded to that I think again we talked about this on the podcast. Like EA patented or was like invested in some type of AI system to put into loot shooter games to like tune the reward system to incentivize you to pay more money in microtransactions or something.
Yeah. Well, that's what wasn't Activision the one who put in that copyright the first
place?
Maybe
I don't know.
They talked about having it where they would pair you up with people who bought the DLC items, so that you'd want to buy the DLC. Yes.
Isn't this stuff cool?
Right. Good times. I remember when companies used to just make video games and we'd enjoy them.
All I know is I've played enough of Anthem that I've managed to grind out enough of the in-game currency that I've managed to buy several of the quote like designer like the skins for that game with in-game currency. And I'm like, these are pretty cool skins.
Nice.
I feel pretty cool in them.
Yeah, I think that does that actually about cover it. We'll have to do a whole. I feel like we can even get a whole episode done on that one, maybe.
Anthem or
like
the
a
AI
mini
thing?
episode. The AI thing.
Sure, I think it's right now. It's just hearsay. Like it's something you can't prove, unfortunately, unless like, EA gets out there. It's like, yeah, we have that AI thing in there.
Yeah, no, I know. It's all speculative.
Yeah,
but it's fun speculative, you know.
Sure, we can put on our crazy tinfoil hats or spin foil hats, if you will.
Yeah,
that's Destiny 1 reference. For those who don't know.
Yeah, I think that's it for this week.
Yeah.
I would like to go out there and pimp out my social media, Mave Online, across all the platforms: Twitch, Mixer, YouTube Gaming, Facebook Gaming.
Are you on Vape.tv yet?
Not Vape.tv yet. I'm working on getting that sponsorship to Vape.tv, and then we'll go from there.
You don't need a sponsor. You can just stream on Vape.
But I need a vape.
No, you don't. We've proven that time and time again.
Well, coming to Vape.tv.
Do it.
But yeah, I'm hoping to stream some more content, especially some progression coming up this week. We're going to do a re-clear on Friday and Saturday, but maybe, gonna try to stream that stuff again.
We should pick a night and do a Division 2 stream or something, too.
We should. We haven't. We should.
I've been traveling, and you've had a life.
Yes. So, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, and that's it for me. Do you have anything you want to...
Nah, nothing really. My shelves for the studio come in the next week or so we may get to actually make some work on that, which will be nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we haven't gotten a studio update in a while.
Yeah, we got stuff coming for it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, so I need stuff to show up so I can build shelves, so I can clear up all the stuff I have in the studio already, so I can actually set the studio up. It's a weird chain of events, because I actually used my garage as a garage, to store stuff when we moved in initially. That's just all over the floor. And it's mostly studio stuff, but it's mostly studio stuff across, like, 40 boxes. Where it's like, that's the box of PS2 games. That's the box of PS3 games. That's the box of PS4 games. With no place to put them.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's
it for this week.
All right. Well, I took us out last week.
Yeah, cue the metal.